We begin by, oh yeah, here's the top of the head, head's down, spine's over here on your left side, feet are over here on your right. So if you feel kicks over here, look, this little thing, here's a little foot.
So it's the foot right now that's kicking me one morning?
Right in here. 6.3 centimeters, not bad. Good sized foot, yeah, 2 inches.
6 centimeters?
6 centimeters in length, the length of the foot.
The
Yeah.
foot right now? Like that?
Yeah, good size. And that means the little face is over here on your right. So this is with the 2D ultrasound, just to get an idea where the baby's positioned. But the top of the head, these are the little arms kind of blocking our view of the face. So let me try to move those arms out of the way. Okay, head's here, back's on this side, feet are over here on the right. Usually when you jiggle their legs, they move their arms down. Watch and see. This one, there we go. Move it a little. Yeah, there goes one arm. And there goes the other one. Almost so close, so close.
So the hands over here?
Yeah, head is right here.
Ah, okay.
There you go. There's a little bit of the face. And, okay. And this is with the 2D. Let's see what this little one looks like with the 4D ultrasound. So I'm going to go right across the little face. And there's your little baby. See the little hand right by the mouth? Let me try to move that hand out of the way. Let's see.
What is the other hand?
There's the left hand over the forehead there. Sorry, buddy, it's going to be payback time tonight. Just wait till it's right. There we go. There you go. There's the baby. Full lips, huh? Once you freeze these images, you can turn this from different angles. We can cut tissue out of the way. Let me clean up the image a little and move all this away from the face.
So right now, can they open and close their eyes?
Yeah, you'll see
And
their
do they
eyes.
open their eyes inside?
Yes, right after, pretty early too. Right after about maybe 17, 18 weeks, their eyes open in utero. So by this stage, it's really easy or clear to see little eyes open and close. Watch. As soon as the baby opens the eyes, the baby opens its little eyes. I'll show you what it looks like. I don't know. What do you think? What does it look like? See any?
I think it's a good secret.
And I think from the side you get a better idea of the shape of the nose, lips.
Los labios siempre se ven como más inflamados. Siempre lo hacen. They're born like always with a little bit of ¿cómo se dice inflamado?
Swollen.
That's
Yeah,
swollen
yeah.
from the lips, right? From this part.
You know, a lot of times, especially with lips, you can get a pretty good idea if they're going to be full or not. And you know, sometimes you see babies at this stage have very thin lips. So lips, I think, are pretty well defined at this stage. And those are some pretty full lips. Oh, there's a hand right back in front.
Do you?
Okay.
This is a nice stage because they start gaining all their body fat right now, roughly 200 grams every week, so their cheeks look nice and chubby, and you know, they're little babies. Oh, looks like you may have a thumb sucker.
Te está chupando el dedo. Yeah. Mhm.
There's a little foot.
Yeah, no sabía. Tienes tu nariz.
This is one around. Is that okay?
Sí, ahí porque tengo una sensación de mí.
One of the best sounds you'll hear throughout the pregnancy is a little... Nice and steady heart rate. It's going to be very fast still at this stage, and we're getting a rate of 135.
135?
So perfect, right where it should be. Okay, just to double check the gender. Sounds like they told you a little girl.
Mhm.
Legs are up here at the top.
Ese de-
One of the legs over here. The other leg down there. See those three little white lines?
Mhm.
That's part of the labia minora. So, yep.
Still a girl?
Still a girl. Don't have to
I've heard
Anyway.
of a friend who actually, like, well, a friend's friend, it's always like that.
Uh-huh.
And actually they purchased everything, and when the baby was born, it was the other gender.
Uh-huh.
That could actually happen.
Yeah, it's still very common. Especially when they say girl and out pops out a boy, believe it or not. Sometimes if boys have their legs really close together, it looks like there's nothing there
Okay.
until they kick the legs open and you see the gender. So you want to make sure you see those little white lines, which are part of the labia minora, and or at this stage even the labia majora. So pretty clear picture. She's in a good position, and that's definitely what a girl looks like. But those mistakes, believe it or not, still happen.
Even with this technology.
Yeah. Ultrasound is very operator dependent. The person doing the exam, the experience, whatnot, is basically going to determine the results that you guys get. So if you have someone that's inexperienced, doesn't really know what they're doing, that's when you can get a lot of the mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get her hands and leave that open there if she goes. So just wait till you try to sleep tonight. It's waking her up from her nap time.
Cuéntale cuando los niños se encajan aquí.
¿Qué?
¿Eh?
¿El qué? Se encaja lo que sea. When I feel her like on my ribs, it could be like anything, right? Like the head or
No, because the head is not.
Yeah, her head is.
right now.
Yeah, and more than likely she'll stay head down at this stage. She's really not going to go breach on you. She can still roll from side to side. Spine's over here on your left. Tomorrow can be over to the right. You may feel her kind of shift positions, but more than likely she'll stay head down.
Okay.
So if you feel a hard spot up here, it's probably her little, her rear end, her little bottom.
Okay.
This is her, gluteus maximus, and her little feet are over on this side.
Everything looks perfect, right?
We'll just push right here. You'll touch her little. You're touching her feet right there. We'll use this to wipe up all the jelly. Yeah, she looks great. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. It looks
The
like,
nose is fine and everything. It looked like a little.
you know, perfect nose. Watch
Okay.
this. Let's
Like
see.
a little que...
I don't know, like it's an ultrasound, I know, but I
¿Qué
don't
le
know.
viste en la nariz que no te gustó?
Let's
Oye, ella, eso era perfecto.
turn over on your side. Let me see if I can roll her over and keep you off your back. It's, I know, easier said than done at this point. Let me see if I can shift her over a little bit. I'm going to try to roll over on her back, and this will usually move her hands out of the way. Okay, so perfect profile, okay? You can see her little nose, her lips.
Okay.
And then let's see here. So there's her hands by her face.
She always has her hands there.
You know, it's funny, a lot of these little behaviors that you see them do in utero, they'll do when they're born too. She may sleep like that, or they'll be swaddled in the first few months, but if she can get her hands free, she'll...
Because on the last ultrasound, it was, again, a hand
Same
on the
thing?
face.
Yeah, very, very typical. Okay, so with the nose,
Okay.
they're going to be kind of flat and wide from the front. So in case you're wondering, whose nose is that? That's, kind of wide. That just helps the baby breathe while they breastfeed. So that's normal, typical. I think from the side, the profile, you get a much better idea of the shape of the nose. And, I don't know, what do you think? Yeah, that's your nose.
Is that nose?
I think so. What do you think?
I think
Yeah.
it's his nose.
Pero,
No importa, pero tienes igual. But also, I'm trying, my idea is to have them like natural.
Uh-huh.
When they're born, they're
yeah,
gonna be like
sometimes they break it or something.
no,
like
not
that.
break it, pero
Or something.
they're gonna be like swollen.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's always fat and wide because it helps her breathe while she breastfeeds when she's
But
lying.
it's
No,
because
when
she's inside or they all...
Even afterwards, if you take pictures of her when she's first born and then compare them like a month later, you'll notice a big difference, especially with the nose. It
But
changes
it's
quite a
because
bit.
it's right now inside, or it's because when she was born, like when she came out?
A couple different reasons, okay? When she's ready to come out, she's going to have all this body fat. Their cheeks usually kind of squish everything, and their nose is kind of flat because sometimes it's pressed up against the uterine wall. So that could cause some deformation, that pops out later.
For a few weeks.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. But right now, she has all this amniotic fluid. You can see all this black stuff is fluid. She doesn't have her face really pressed up against the uterine wall because she has all that room still. So you get more of a natural look of what her nose will, look like. Yeah. See, you're yawning. Watch this. Your mouth. This is.
Mhm.
See your mouth wide open there.
What's the sound of it?
This is president.
Try to move that hand. 2 seconds. There we go. Okay, let's try this. Before she puts her hand back. Ah, there goes her other hand.
Okay.
Here's a neat picture of you. Definitely nice full lips.
This one
Nice
looks like
little
one of
nose.
the...
And some chubby cheeks.
Yeah.
First granddaughter for the parents, or
No.
Pero they're so ready.
No,
¿Cuántas mujeres hay?
more women, or more girls and boys, or?
More girls than
Yeah,
boys.
more girls.
Good. Plenty of cousins.
I've heard like sometimes the light bothers them.
Yeah, if you shine a flashlight up to your belly, sometimes they'll react, it'll kick or turn. This is not using any light at all, it's just sound at a high frequency. And it's so high that they can't even hear it because it's beyond the human hearing range. So, she's probably getting more irritated by doing this. You see her, she's like, what are you doing? Put her hands up.
How big is she, Brad?
Yeah, it's far. Watch, I'll take some measurements for you guys to see how big she is.
Because she's, in that position, there's no way to calculate it? Or?
Yeah, it's easy.
Eh?
Here we go. She's had her eyes closed the whole time. Usually you can, well, you usually can see with your eyes open pretty clear. Give a nice little shake to her nose. See a little. Flat on your back again. Let me take some measurements. See how big she actually is. So I'm sorry, you said Dr. Greenberg is telling you the 23rd or something of April? 26. So, well, let's take a couple measures. Look at this brain, skull. This is the back of her head. See this little spiky stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That's hair. It's,
Hair?
Yeah, a little bit of hair already too.
Perfect.
A little bit of the very back of her head. And, okay, start off by measuring her head. I'm looking right through her skull. Now, the fun part at this stage, the due date is typically not as accurate because of just genetics playing more of a role. So you get a much better idea if she's going to be a big or small baby. So let's see. Cross section right through her abdomen, right through her stomach. Little black spots for her stomach.
I think that the weeks are measured after the last period, right?
Yes.
It's not more accurate to have the exact date of conception.
It depends. If you know that date of conception, yeah. If you don't, then it can be a little challenging. Let's say you had, you tried for a baby every single day of that month.
No, but we
So
know.
if you're tracking some women, can track ovulation, but it's usually most accurate if you know, okay, first day of your last menstrual period, it's a pretty solid date when you started. You can estimate 2 weeks after that is when you probably conceived or when you ovulated. And it's always a range, like plus or minus like 5 to 6 days. So it's never really an exact date. It's always an estimated date. And so even today too, it's an estimated date. She's measuring roughly 30 weeks today, one day, April 29th for the due date. So yeah, she's right on track. And she weighs
Why
roughly
30 weeks one day?
30 weeks because of all these measurements that I took. 2 of the head, 1 of the abdomen.
Okay.
And then if you look at her legs, it's measuring 31 weeks, 6 days, so long legs. So doesn't
Long
surprise me. Yeah.
Long legs.
So her legs are nice and long. So with an average of all these dates, you're getting a baby that's 30 weeks in a day with a due date of April 29th. So as long as it doesn't go more like 2 weeks off, you're doing pretty good. So she's growing at a normal rate.
Okay.
And she weighs roughly 1,500 grams, which is 3 pounds, 5 ounces. So yeah, right on track. I think 2 pounds are in the cheeks. So, and this is when she gains about 200 grams every week. So they get chubby pretty quick.
So she will get twice as big.
She's actually long and skinny. For her length, since she doesn't fit on the whole screen, you can take parts and pieces and add them up. So head to shoulders, 9 centimeters. Shoulders down to her little bottom, that's giving us a picture here. That's another roughly 15, so 24 centimeters. Her little thigh, that's another 7, so 31. And then from her knee down to the bottom of her foot, with another 8, so 39 centimeters in length, so 15 inches or so. Pretty average. When they're born, they're about 40 centimeters, 42, 43, pretty normal.
So she's not going to grow more than that?
She's not going to grow too much more. Like she'll grow just a few more inches, but now it's a matter of just getting chubby.
Okay.
So she'll more than almost double in weight.
Yeah, just what it, like
Pretty
she's
long.
gonna be twice as big in weight.
Yep,
Because
exactly.
it's 1.5 kilos.
1.5 kilos
And
today.
they go like 30 something, no?
Yep, exactly. And she gains roughly 200 grams every week from here to 37 weeks, just to help keep her insulated for when she's born, all that brown fat, rich in mitochondria.
I think that's it.
So if you think your cheeks are chubby today,
Yeah.
give her another month, we're little sumo wrestlers.
Mírala.
She looks good, you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The countdown's begun. 10 more weeks. Woo.
Hopefully.
How's it going so far? Been pretty smooth for
Yeah,
the most? Okay.
pretty smooth.
But hopefully 2 pushes, 3 coughs, and she pops right out.
I hope so.
You're in good hands with Dr. Greenberg, so good job there. Well, we'll give your little daughter a break inside here, you guys.